So welcome to our first pre-recording video in GC111. It's all about the mathematics in the modern world. So in our second module, which talks about the mathematical language and symbol, I am your instructor, Miss Noriel Ballesteros. For this module, there are 6 lessons that we are going to discuss. So first, we have the language, symbols, syntax, and rules of mathematics. Writing mathematical language as an expression or a sentence. Mathematical convention, perform operations on mathematical expressions correctly. The 4 basic concepts of mathematics. And lastly, elementary logic. So at the end of this module, you are expected to discuss the language, symbols, and convention of mathematics. You are expected to explain the nature of mathematics as a language, perform operations on mathematical expressions correctly, its basic concepts and logic, and you are expected to appreciate that mathematics is a useful language. So in this pre-recording video, if you are watching this video, do not tell other or your classmate na merong recitation and activity dito na you are going to answer the 5 items here. Send it to our Google Classroom privately. So you can comment privately kasi ako lang yung makakakita nun. Or email your answer only to my email account amts.norielballesteros@gmail.com. So I'll be expecting your activity or your answer until tomorrow, until 12 o'clock, Wednesday, September 30. Okay. So, in lesson 1, the language, symbols, syntax, and rules of mathematics. So, what is a language of mathematics? This is the system used by mathematicians to communicate mathematical ideas among them. This language consists of a substrate of some natural language. Kung sa English, grammar, they use technical terms and grammatical conventions. In mathematical discourse, they use specialized symbol notation for mathematical formulas. Mathematics as a language has symbols to express a formula or to present a constant. It has a syntax to make the expression well-formed, to make the characters and symbols clear and valid that do not violate the rules. So we have numbers, variables, operations, functions, bracket, punctuations, grouping. Ito yung mga mathematical symbols to help determine order of operations and other aspect of logical syntax. Convention dictates the meaning. Language of mathematics, another definition, makes it easy to express the kinds of symbols, syntax, and rules that mathematicians like to do and characterized by the following. We have precise, concise, and powerful. When we say precise, able to make very fine distinction. Like for example, this symbol means add, the dash we have subtract, the x or the dot means multiply, and the divide naman is this symbol, the dash and 2 dot. Concise, able to say things briefly. Instead na isulat yung word ng 8 plus 2 equals 10, we write it ganito. 8 plus 2 equals 10 in numbers and symbols. Powerful, able to express complex thoughts with a relative case. So the application of critical thinking and problem-solving skills require the comprehension, analysis, and reasoning to obtain the correct solution. In lesson 2, we have the writing mathematical language as an expression or a sentence. So like for instance, uh, we have 5 here, or 2 plus 3, 10 over 2, or quantity 6 minus 2 plus 1, or 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Lahat sila, they come out in one meaning. Ibig sabihin, if we are going to simplify this, magiging 5 pa rin yung kanilang answer dito. So, from here, the use of expression ranges from the simple. This is an example of linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, and rational fraction. And also to the complex, we have this. So on the other hand, mathematical sentence is the analog of an English sentence. It is the correct arrangement of mathematical symbols that states a complete thought. So kung may yung sentence, we have verbs. Yung mathematical sentence, we have also verb. And yun yung equal. Equal sign. Third, mathematical convention. This is a fact, name, notation, or usage which is generally agreed upon by mathematicians. For instance, the fact that one evaluates multiplication before addition in the expression quantity 2 plus 3 times 4 is merely conventional. Kasi later on in our next lesson, in lesson 4, bakit conventional, explain natin yan later. Kasi meron tayong sinusunod na rule. Before we have PEMDAS, but now we have BOMDAS. But before that, let's take a look for the different symbols and meaning. So we have here the symbol for add, subtract, multiply, divide, the slash or this symbol. Pi, infinity equals, approximately equal, not equal, less than, this one, and less than or equal to. Greater, greater than or equal to. We have square root, degrees, and therefore. So here, ito na yung sinasabi ko, before we use MDAS, PEMDAS, but now we can still use PEMDAS or BOMDAS. BOMDAS stands for brackets, order, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. For B, which is bracket or yung parentheses, we can solve first kung anong meron or inside the parentheses. So 3 plus 4, we have 7. But then we multiply by 2 and we come out with 14, not 10. Kasi yung ginawa niya dito, tinanggal niya yung close and open parentheses and then she continue to solve from left to right. Order, or we can simplify first the exponent. So from here, 2x squared or equal siya sa 2 times x, not 2 times 2 times x times x. DM, or division multiplication. So here, from left to right, division, kung ano yung mauuna sa kanila, kung divide man or multiply divide, as long as you solve first from left to right. And also AS or the addition subtraction. So here are the steps for the POMDAS or PEMDAS. Simplify first the parentheses, simplify then the exponential number, multiply and divide or divide and multiply as long as you solve it from left to right, add and subtract, ganun din. Like for example, 11 minus 5 or yung quantity 11 minus 5 times 2 minus 3 plus 1. So here, inuna niya ito. So we have 6, copy the remaining, times 2 minus 3 plus 1. Then 6 times 2, we have 12 minus 3 plus 1. From left to right now, we have 12 minus 3, we have 9 plus 1, and then we come out with equal to 10. Another 10 divided by 2 plus 12 divided by 2 times 3. So, pwede natin i-group yung problem. So, we have the 10 divided by 2 and then 12 divided by 2 times 3. Mahuhuli na itong addition operation. So, we have 5, then 12 divided by 2, 6 times 3, we have 18, then add them, we have 2. 20. It should be 20 yung sagot. Okay, last example. Simplify 4 minus 3, bracket for 4 minus 2, quantity 6 minus 3, divide by 2. So, unahin natin yung sa loob ng bracket, merong parentheses, unahin yung close and open parentheses. So, from here, 6 minus 3, we have 3. And then, 4 minus 2 times 3, unahin pa rin yung nasa loob ng bracket. We have 4 minus 6. And then, we have negative 2. We also copy the remaining, yung hindi pa natin ginagalaw ng mga numbers and operations. Then, we have 4 plus 6 divided by 2. Or 6 divided by 2, we have 3. Then, add them, we have 7. So, in lesson 5, we have the 4 basic concepts of mathematics. First, the language of sets. The set theory is the branch of mathematics that studies sets or the mathematical science of the infinite. The study of sets has become a fundamental theory in mathematics in 1870, which was introduced by George Cantor, a German mathematician. So let's define what is set. Is well-defined collection of objects. The objects are called elements or members of the set. So the symbol for elements or members, we have this. Used to denote that an object is an element of a set. And the symbol, may slash siya doon, denotes the object is not an element of a set. So we have here an example. So we have A is equal to, kung paano natin to basahin, X such that X is a positive integer less than 10. For set B, X such that X is a real number and X squared minus 1 is equal to 0. So kung titignan natin yung elements ng letter or yung set A natin, we have X is a positive integer less than 10. So we have to start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 9 only kasi less than 10. Hindi naman niya sinabing less than or equal to 10. So, in set B, what are the elements? So, ito yung tinatawag na elements ng ating set A. So, this is our elements. Or in symbol, we have this. For set B, we have x is a real number and x squared is equal to 0. We have, so we simplify this, x squared is equal to 1. We'll transpose this. Or, kasi we're talking about real number, kung ika-cancel natin to, the answer here is I, imaginary. So, from x squared minus 1 is equal to 0, or x minus 1, x plus 1. Equal pa rin siya dyan. X squared minus 1. So, yung element niya, we have negative 1 and 1. We also have x is a letter in the word dirt. So, yung set C natin, we have D, I, R, and T. These are the elements of set C. D, x such that x is an integer, wherein x is greater than 1 but less than 8. So, yung ating D, we have starting from 2, 3, 4, until 7. And for the set E, we have the set of vowel letters, the A, E, I, O. So there are two ways to represent sets. We have the roster method and the rule method. So when we say roster method, this when the elements of the set are enumerated and separated by comma, and it is also called tabulation method. Rule method is used to describe the elements or members of the set, and it is called set builder notation. So for example, yung ating set E, which is equal to A, E, I, O, U, is written in roster method. This is an example of a roster method. While in this form, x such that x is a collection of vowel letters is written in rule method. Again, roster method separated by comma, and this is an example of the roster method. For the rule method, describe the elements or members of the set. We have here the x such that x is a collection of vowel letters. For finite set, ibig sabihin nito, limited and nabibilang siya. Infinite set cannot identify, unlimited siya, or uncountable. So, some example of this, we have x such that x is a positive integer less than 10. What are they? So, we have 1, 2, until 9. So, limited lang siya. This is an example of finite set. We also have the dirt. In infinite set naman, we have the ellipsis. Kung merong ganito, ibig sabihin infinite na yung ating elements. We also have these whole numbers. So, until billion, trillion na yung ating whole, as long as whole numbers. This is an example of infinite set. A unit set naman contains only one element or a single tone na tinatawag. The unique set with no element or called empty set or null set. So in symbol, we have this. or this for empty set or null set. For universal set naman, uh, to be contained in some large peaks and denoted by U. So this is, it contains all the elements of the entire set. For example, we have the set I. So x such that x is a whole numbers greater than 1 but less than 3. So what is that? We have the set I here, um, integers less than 2 but greater than 1. Empty set. Kasi integers, we're talking about the whole numbers. It's not about the decimal or fraction between 2 and 1 lang. So there is not. Since there is no integer between 1 and 2, this is an example of the empty set. Another m is equal to x such that x is a number of panda bear in Manila Zoo. Because there is no panda bear in Manila Zoo, sa ibang country lang, this is also an example of our null set or empty set. So for the universal set, or stands for U, this is an example of our set U. X such that x is a positive integer, x squared is equal to 4, or U is equal to the animal in Manila Zoo. It contains all the element of our set. Cardinal number naman, this is the number of elements or members. So bilangin lang natin kung ilan yung elements or numbers, which is cardinal number denoted by n of a, ganitong symbol. For example, we have this set, the A, E, E, I, O. So, how many cardinal number of our set E? We have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How about the x is a positive integer less than 10, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many cardinal number? So we have 9. So yun lang po yung pagkuha ng ating cardinal number. If A and B are sets, so we define set kanina, A is called subset of B, written by this symbol. A is a subset of B if and only if every element of A is also an element of B. Or in symbol, ganito yung ibig sabihin. That A is a subset of B if and only if every element of A, the X, is also an element of the B. So A is a proper subset of B naman, ganitong symbol, if and only if every element of A is in B but there is at least one element of B na wala sa A. Kasi if every element of A, element din ng B, di ba, we have A is equal to B. But we're talking about the proper subset, so the element of A is also an element of B. For example, suppose we have this set A, set B, and set U. Then A is a subset of B since all elements of A is in B. Lahat ng ito ay nandito sa ating set B. So, therefore, is a subset of A is a subset of B. Another, suppose A, B, and C, and also U, the A and C are both subsets of B, but A is a proper subset of B, whereas C is not a proper subset of B. It can be observed that only A is a proper subset of B kasi lahat ng element ng A is nasa B and not C because B and C are the same elements. So, kung i-observe mo, binabaliktad-baliktad lang yung kanyang elements, ang B is the same as C. So, we notice that the set A is inside set B and C is a subset or a proper subset of B and C. Last example, we have the set A, B, and U, wherein A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A. Therefore, ang ating set A and B is equal. Given a set S, so next, from universal U, the power set of S denoted by this symbol is the collection of all subset of S. So yung formula niya, we have 2 raised to N. So, yung ating N doon, kung ilan yung element ng hinahanap nating set. Like for instance, we have 2 element dito, E and F. So 2 raised to 2, we have 4. Ito yung hinahanap natin for power set of A. Ito yung solution. Nakuha? So, enumerating the 4 power set of our set A, we have the E, F, EF, and the null set. Again, we separate the elements, combined, EF, and then the null set. So these are all power set of the set A. I'm giving later on another example for this. Now let's proceed to the union. So union, or ganitong symbol, we have this. A is a union B. Ibig sabihin dito, lahat ng element ng A and B, kopyahin. Unless do not copy if madodoble na. Kung doble na siya, write it once lang. So, merge all the element of A and B. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng union. Intersection naman, lahat ng common sa kanila. In symbol, we have this. Ano yung common? Like for example, ano yung intersection ng A at B? Ano yung common sa kanila? We have C. Okay, so in Venn diagram, we illustrate the union and intersection. So, A intersect B, lahat ng kanilang common. B, union C, so lahat ng element ng B and also C. A, complement to the union of C. So, ibig sabihin ng complement, it says here, or absolute complement, denoted by may prime siya, or apostrophe sa itaas. All elements X is in U such that X is not in A. Like for example, let A and B, the subsets of universal set U. We have the set A and universal all the U. So A, B, C, D, E, we cancel it from the U, and the remaining elements is our A complement, F, G. For the language of functions and relations, we call it relation is a set of ordered pairs. X and Y are elements of these sets. If a relation exists between X and Y, then we say that X corresponds to Y, or Y depends on X. For example, set A, we have A, B, C, D. Be the set of car brands. Let B be the STUV, set of the country of the car manufacturer. Then A by B gives all the possible pairings of the elements of the B. Let the relation R from A to B be given by R. So, parang ginawa natin, we distribute the element of A to element B. So, pair natin siya sa AS, and then A, T, A, U, A, V. So, ito yon. After that, we have B for S, BC, BU, and BV. Isa-isahin lang natin until matapos lahat ng element ng A to B. So that is the relation. A special kind of relation is a function, one of the most important concepts in the study of mathematics. So a function, meaning there is exactly one value of the second component. So this is the domain for our x, and range or equal siya sa y. This is our range. So there is exactly one value of our x element to y. So let's take a look for this example. So it says here that relations A and B are example of functions. Kasi there is only one y value. Notice that in B, the last two ordered pairs have the same y value. Itong 1 and 2. They're exactly one y value. But this does not violate the definition of our function. Kapag ang ating x is na pair sa dalawang y, dalawang range, this violates our definition in function. So letter C is not a function. Group is a set of elements with one operation that satisfy the following properties. So we have the closure property. So I hope you can recall your closure property, associative, identity, inverse property. So closure, A times B is equal to C, wherein this is an element of G. And the associative property, A quantity A times B times C is also equal siya sa A times the quantity B times C. Identity, so A times E is equal to E times A. Inverse, A times the inverse of A is equal to the inverse of A times A is equal to A or equal to E. Last lesson, we have the elementary logic. So, logic defined as the science or study of how to evaluate arguments and reasoning. So, proposition or statement is a declarative sentence which either true or false, but not both. Propositional variable is a variable which is used to present proposition, a formal proposition variable written using propositional logic notation, PQR. So, conjunction, like for example, yung conjunction. So, given na yung P and Q, automatic na ang value ng ating P, we have true, true, false, false, or TTFF. For the Q, we have TF, TF. So when we conjunct P and Q, P and Q, so ibig sabihin ng ganitong symbol, and, so if P is true, Q is true, then P and Q is also true. Otherwise, false siya. So ibig sabihin, if P is true, Q is true, our conjunction is true. So otherwise, false siya. If P is true, Q is false, false. Followed by P is false, Q is true. Our conjunction for P and Q is false. And also, if P and Q are both false, then our conjunction is also false. Another, we have this conjunction. So, P and Q is compound, or ito naman yung kanyang um, meaning ng disjunction, or yung letter V. So, if P is true or Q is true, or both P and Q are true, then our disjunction P or Q is true. Otherwise, P or Q is false. Again, P and Q, we have T, F, F, and TF. So to show the disjunction of P or Q, if P is true and Q is true, we have true. If P is true or Q is false, our disjunction is true. If P is false, Q is true, we have true. Otherwise, sabi niya, if they have both false, then our disjunction is also false. Negation, so like for instance, the negation of P, it should be P, of the negation of true is false, yung kanyang not or the negative part. So if P is false, then the negation of our P is true. Conditional or implication naman, where P and Q is a compound proposition, if P, then Q. If, then, yung nag-represent ng conditional or implication. So here we have the value of our P and Q, TTFF, TFTF. So the implication or conditional of P, if then Q, we have if P and Q is true, then our implication or conditional is true. If P is true, Q is false, this is false. If P is false, Q is true, we have true. If P is false, Q also false, we have true. This shows the conditional or implication. So take note the following table of truth. Biconditional or stands for the ganitong symbol. So, P exclusively or Q. So, we have the following given ng TTFF, TFTF. Then, the biconditional of P exclusive or Q. So, if P and Q is true, then we have true. If P is true, Q is false, false. If P is false, Q is true, false. Then if they have both statement, false, false, then we have true. So to summarize, yung not or yung ganito shows negation. P, yung and or di baliktad ng V, we have conjunction. And this shows disjunction, conditional and biconditional. Another example, we have this. Can you review your expression versus sentences? So we have here Um, this shows the product of negative 1 and a number. 1/2 or show ganito yon. Negative 1 times A or to simplify negative A. So this sentence show this mathematical expression. Ganun din yung 1/2 times the sum of two numbers. So 1/2 times Q plus R or 1/2 X plus Y or Q plus R over 2. And also twice a number, 4 times the square of the number, and so on. So these are some mathematical expression we use in a sentence, comparison operators, and we have the list of elements. For the rooster method, so we write or you write the following sets in rooster method. So this is an example of rule method. We write in a roster method or separated by comma this, the HEAR3. Ito yung hinahanap nating value ng ating X is the letter in the word heart. We separated in a comma. That is the definition of our rooster method. And also this, how come? So we transpose the value of the here we have x plus 2 equals 5. So we transpose in the other side, so it comes out negative. So 5 minus 2, we have x is equal to 3. Or this, the set of D, we have 3. Give, the set G is the set of letters from A to E. We have A, B, C, D, E. N is the set of negative integers greater than negative 8. So, greater than, ibig sabihin, negative 7, negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, 2, 1. Set of negative integers. So, hinto na tayo sa negative 1. X is an element of integers between 1 to 10. So, starting from 2, 3, 4 until 9. Another, E is the set of months with 31 days. What are they? We have January, March, May, July, August, October, December. Rule method naman, so nagkapalit lang sila. We write it in a separated. So, kailangan nating we write it into detailed. So, X such that X is a set of even numbers from X is greater than or equal to 2. So, may ellipsis siya doon. H, so this is the set of weekdays from Monday to Friday. E is equal to the 4 seasons. And this is an example, or these are the example of finite and infinite sets. Then we have the subset. Power set. So, yung power set na example natin kanina, we have A. So, there are yung ating formula na 2 raised to n, which 2 raised to yung n natin, how many elements? 1, 2, 3. So, through 2 raised to 3, we have 8. So, there are 8 elements. We have null set, unahin ang null, then A, the B, and C. So, and then we have the AB, AC, BC, and the whole element of the set A. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 elements. Cardinal number. So how many cardinal number of the set U? We have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4 hanggang 10. A for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and C for 1, 2. So that is our cardinal number. The union and intersection, when we say intersection, ano yung common sa kanila between the, comparing the two elements? A, B. So, A, B. So, what is the common? Wala. So, null set. A union B. So, merge natin yung element ng A and element ng B. But do not write it double kasi um, as much as possible, once lang natin isusulat yung every element. And then, how about the U and C? So, this one and this C. So, once lang na sinulat yung 5, 10. What are the intersection pala? Intersection also ng U and A. What is the common between the U and A? Complement or this symbol, may apostrophe sa itaas, we have A. So, from U, cross out natin yung element ng A dito sa U. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The remaining element in U, yun yung isusulat natin dito. Another, yung B. What are the element of B? So, we cancel the element of B in U. We have 3, 5, 7, 9. The remaining element, we have the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And also the C. Okay. So we have the functions and their relations for the truth table. So given na yung ating P and Q, now we're going to solve this. So not P, what is the meaning of the V symbol? It says that it is disjunction, meaning if P and Q is true, and then our disjunction is also true. But this time, we're going to solve first the not P. So, ano ba yung not ng ating T, T, F, F? Yung kanilang kabaliktaran, we have T, false, and then we have false, and then T, T. Dito tayo tumingin. Okay. Not Q, we have F, T, T, and T. So we have to solve the disjunction of the not P and not Q. F, F, ibig sabihin the disjunction is F. Balikan nyo lang po yung dito. Ano ibig sabihin ng B? So magpo-false lang siya if the P and Q is false. Take note, if the P and Q is false. So, other is lahat is true na. Another example, we have this. So, to solve the disjunction of P and Q, so again, magpo-false lang siya if they have both false in the statement. So, this will come out with true until false. This one, conjunction niya, going back in your module. So, ano yung conjunction niya? Magtutrue lang siya if they come out with both P and Q is true. So, P and Q is true. P and Q. So, we have true. Otherwise, lahat ay false na. And this time, we have to combine this, but the arrow here stands for implication, meaning If P and Q is true, but if if P is true, Q is false, we have false. Otherwise, lahat ay true na. So, here we have true, false, false. Kasi if this part is false, the second statement, we come out the implication for false. Otherwise is true. Last example, we have this one. So we're going to solve the not P um, conjunction to Q. So first, we forgot another table here for not P. So what is the kabaliktaran of our P? So false, false, true, true. And then solve this one and Q. So, ibig sabihin ng ating conjunction, balikan nyo lang ito when you solve kung ano yung binigay ko na problem. So, magtutrue lang siya if they have both true. Otherwise, false na. So, comparing this to false, false, and this both true. So, we come up with true and false. How about this one? So, we're going to solve also the not Q here. So, not Q, we have kabaliktaran ng Q, we have false, true, false, true. So, comparing this and P, again, how to come out? True lang if they have both true. So, false, true, we have false here, and then this one true, 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 false, 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 true, false. Combine these two by the disjunction, so we have false, otherwise lahat ay true na. So that's it. Completing the truth table. So if you have any concern, nahihirapan kayo sa ibang part dito sa ating module 2, you can message me via my email or messenger. So that's it for today. Thank you and have a great day.